righty, welcome everybody. Welcome to this brand new episode of the Spin Zone, and it is season number 2, episode 1. And back again from last season is my primary co-host, Mr. Steve Rodriguez. Steve, welcome back.
Hey, appreciate it, Dan. Appreciate it. It's been a while. It's been a long time coming. And guess what? Go Cowboys!
I
All
know.
right.
Will it be our year this year?
It's always our year. I don't know what you're talking about. It's always our year. So, hey, all right.
It
Hey,
is
since
always our year.
1995, it's been our year. So, hey, it's always our year. So, hey,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I have a good feeling about this year, though, Dan, right? Last year I had a small feeling. This year I have a bigger feeling, right?
yeah.
So it'll be our year.
Yep. There's no doubt that it's exciting. We still have a few stragglers out there that need to be taken care of, and we'll talk a little bit about who's still straggling out there. But I believe, based on what we've heard today, it looks like most of our players should be returning back. So we'll be looking at that as well. So, how does it feel to be back on the show again after a what six
Okay.
month hiatus?
Right. I was thinking that I got replaced. I never received my contract. I'm like, man, maybe he didn't want me on the show anymore. And I've seen some posts that somebody else wants to be on the show. I'm like,
There have been some
man,
volunteers, believe it or not.
I know,
You know.
I saw that. Hey, so
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? We can
okay.
always have other people join and volunteer. It's not a
Sir, yes, sir.
big
The
deal,
more
but
the merrier. The more the merrier.
the more the
Right?
merrier. We
But
need to expand our cowboy fans and coverage.
yes,
But
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
no,
And
for right now, we've got this show that we're about to start. We've got an active baseball show as well. So we've been pretty busy trying to get that, you know, going as well. So, we've got a lot of things coming up, SpaceX launches, 25 at least. So we're going to be pretty busy over the next few months, that's for sure. Maybe we can get the big E to send some money this way.
and that would be nice. That would be nice.
We're going to have to start contract negotiations. Oh
Yes,
my
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
gosh,
sir.
too
Hey,
much free publicity going on. So
it's all
anyway,
good.
yes, it's the start of football season, and today, obviously, it was the start of the Dallas Cowboy training camp. It is held in Oxnard, California, every year, and pretty much everybody is there except for, I believe, one guy, and he's still waiting for his contract, and
It's all that money.
all
All
that
that
money.
money.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at some of that money today. So let's go ahead and flip over to our virtual theater, and it's sort of our virtual theater, but definitely there's no popcorn, no soft drinks. We're doing Southwest Airlines style now. We're
All
going to
right. All
charge
right.
for
All right.
seats. We're going to charge for everything. So
Well, hey, everybody else does it. Why not us?
I know it was just very surprising that they finally changed after 50 years. That was tough. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and flip over to the virtual theater. And once again, we are in our virtual theater, and we've got a couple of things we'd like to go over for today. Like we mentioned, the Dallas Cowboy training camp is starting today, and it goes through August 8th. And this is the opportunity for the entire team to actually make well, not the entire team, right? But the guys on the team to make the cut. They're starting off with over 90 players, and they've got to reduce that to the 53-man roster.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll take a look at the current 90-man roster. Like we mentioned, they're starting off with 90 men, and they've got to reduce that to 53. And we'll start off by looking at the players. Obviously, returning is Jalen Tolbert. He's a wide receiver. Jordan Lewis, a cornerback. Brandon Cooks, wide receiver. Dak Prescott is back, even though he doesn't have a contract yet. He is the quarterback. He will be the starting
Are we going to
quarterback.
talk about that?
Yes, we are. In the next slide. And Brian Anger, Donovan Wilson, Trayvon Diggs, I believe, is returning from last year. Cavante Turpin as well. He's a wide receiver. Cooper Rush, quarterback. So far, he's on the list. A lot of rumors out there say that he probably will not make the cut, that he'll be beaten by Trey Lance. We'll see. A lot depends on Dak's contract negotiation. Keep in mind that Cooper Rush is only paid $2.5 million a year. And when Trey Lance was acquired from San Francisco last year, his price tag was, I think, $4.5 million. But at the end of the day, it looks like Cooper Rush will probably be given up. He also has some plans to actually look at head coaching somewhere in the NFL. So it's not really a loss for him. I think he'd probably be very happy being cut. But we'll see. We'll see, obviously, right? A lot also depends on whether, Trey Lance actually, does a better job this time. He was pretty, not blind, excuse me. He was very kept under the table last year for the most part. So we'll see.
Yes, he was.
Yep. Micah Parsons is back. DeMarvian Overshone. I don't remember if this guy Tyrone Billy Johnson. I can't remember him. Some of these guys I can't remember. They don't stand out. Cam Johnson, I don't think I remember him from last year. Marquise Bell, the safety, I do. Obviously, the other big return is Ezekiel Elliott, and we're going to talk a little bit about that battle because it is going to be a battle for the number one running back. Obviously, Zeke is not getting paid the same money that he was before, but obviously this is his opportunity to shine, Jalen Cropper, I said I don't remember him from last year. Maybe he was on the team. Brandon Aubrey, of course, he's back. He's the kicker. I believe he's the kicker. Yeah, he is the kicker. He came from the CFL, didn't he, or somewhere?
Yes.
Somewhere in Canada. Corey Crooms, I'm not sure who he is. I thought I could click on these little links and it would show me a picture. At least it was last night. Ryan Flournoy, he's a new guy. He's from Texas A&M. So, he's got something to prove. Damone Clark. Then we've got Trey Lance, as we talked about. He is the third quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Sheldrick Redwine, I don't remember him. Of course, Rico Dowdle, that is the big battle between Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott, and who is going to be number one and who's going to be number two. I believe that Israel Makamu is coming back from last year. I don't remember Nashon Wright. He may be new. Deron Bland, he's returning. Royce Freeman, I don't remember him. I don't think he was on the team last year. Malik Hooker is back. CJ Goodwin, I don't remember him. If they didn't get much play time, they're kind of hard to remember, right?
Yeah.
Juwane Thomas, he's a safety. Josh Butler, he was on last year. Snoop Connor, I definitely don't think he was on last year. Or if he was, he never played. But that name definitely doesn't sound familiar. I'd have to go back to some of the old slides from last year to see which maybe I should have done that, right? Julius Wood, I don't think he sounds familiar. Malik Davis is back. Marist LaFou, I think, is new. Nathaniel Pete, I don't remember him. Eric Scott, DeBerry Josh DeBerry, Amani Johnson, Hunter Lupke. We definitely remember him. Kayleen Carson, I don't remember him. Deuce Vaughn, of course. Who can forget Deuce Vaughn? I think he's very noticeable on the field.
Right.
Garyon Cownley, I don't remember him. Trent Sieg, I don't remember him. Damian Wilson, I don't remember him. Uh, Brevin Spanford, I think he's new. I think he is one of the new tight ends. Uh, Princeton Font, I don't recall his name. Alec, Eric Kendricks, Darrell Johnson, Byron Vongs, Jason Johnson, Sam Williams, Willie Harvey, Beep Cooper. He's a new guy. He's a new guy and probably will make the cut regardless. Buddy Johnson, Mozzie Smith. He came from last year. Brock Mogensen. I don't think he was there last year. Tyler Guyton, Nathan Thomas. What? What happened here?
What'd you do?
I don't know. I clicked on the wrong thing. All right. And Earl Bostick Jr. I don't remember him. Definitely Dakota Shepley must be new. TJ Bass, I think he was from last year. Brock Hoffman, of course, Zach Martin, we remember him. Chuma Edoga, he's from last year. Tyler Smith, I think he's from last year.
Yes.
Josh Ball, Asim Richards, I think he's new. Terrence Steele is from last year. Well, Let's Go is from last year. Racy McMath, I don't believe no, he's not. He wasn't from last year because it looks like his position's a wide receiver. John Stevens Jr., he's from last year. Jalen Brooks is from last year. David Burton, I don't think so. I think he's new. Luke Schoonmaker, we all know he's been there. Jake Ferguson, definitely. CeeDee Lamb, who can forget him? Peyton Hendershot, he's there from last year. DeMarcus Lawrence, no doubt he's from last year. Tyrus Wheat, I don't think he was there last year. Vialabi Fakoko, he was here from last year. Marshawn Gneeland, I don't remember him. Denzel Daxon, nah, I don't think I remember him. Justin Rogers, doesn't sound familiar. Osa Odizuzua, he was there last year. Carl Davis, I don't remember him. But Chauncey Golston was there last year. So there's a total of 90. I know that the numbers kind of go all the way to 99, but there's only 90. I didn't actually count them, but they're supposed to be 90.
All right.
I'm not sure why the jerseys don't match the number count, but oh well. Well, keep in mind that some of the jerseys have gotten retired. Obviously, you're not going to have an Emmitt Smith number, and you're not going to have a Michael Irving number or a Troy Aikman number. So those numbers are out. They can't be reused, obviously. So that kind of explains why the jersey numbers don't match. But I don't think we've ever seen a jersey number of 100, right?
No, I've never seen 100
on any team. I don't think so. So that's the 90-man roster. Eventually, after training camp is done, and a few weeks before the start of the regular season, it will go down to 53 men who will make the cut and will be part of the final team. And by the way, tonight we are only going to cover the offensive line, which is quite a bit. And next episode, we'll look at the defensive line. So if anybody was hoping that we would cover both the offense and the defense, the answer is no. We don't have enough time to cover all of it in one episode. So, all righty. So let's go to the quarterback battle for number 2. And we're talking about number 2 because there is doubts that there's going to be 3 quarterbacks, obviously because of the salary cap. As most of you know, every NFL football team has a salary cap of million. That means that that is the total amount of money that any team in the NFL can spend in salaries in any given year. The salary cap was introduced back in the 1990s. It started off with a salary cap of $34 million at the time, and it has incremented ever since then up until the current salary cap of $255 million. And so they
So the whole
cannot
team
go.
cannot go over 255 million.
That's correct. The whole team cannot go. Jerry cannot spend more than $255 million. If he does, there is a $50,000 penalty per day until he until he gets under the salary cap. There are exceptions. I can't remember what all the exceptions are, but basically it's $255 million. And there's obviously players out there in the NFL that are actually making a ton of money against the salary cap. So there's a lot of players out there that aren't making a whole lot of money because you've got players that make more money than others. Not everybody gets paid the same, you know. And obviously, when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, the biggest kahuna when it comes to salary is Dak Prescott. No doubt about that.
Yes,
And
sir.
obviously, the battle, there's no doubt that Dak Prescott will be the starting quarterback. In fact, in the next slide, we've got a statement from Jerry Jones today that said there is no doubt that Dak Prescott has a future in Dallas, not just this year, but possibly next year and a couple of more years to come. And we'll look at what he's bound to make coming up here in a few minutes. But basically, the battle for number two. Obviously, as you know, Cooper Rush has been the number two quarterback for many years, and he has a desire to possibly head coach an NFL team in the NFL. It is no secret. And, last year they acquired Trey Lance from the San Francisco 49ers. Cooper Rush is making about $2.5 million annually today. And Trey Lance landed a sweet deal of $4.5 million. So depending on what happens here with Trey Lance will determine if he ends up being the number two quarterback. I don't believe that the salary cap is going to allow for three quarterbacks. And it wouldn't be a really smart thing to do anyway. They've got to kind of spread the wealth around a little bit. But basically, what's Dak's future? Well, he does have a future. There's no doubt about that. Jerry Jones today announced that basically when it comes to Prescott, there have been questions about the star quarterback's future with the team. If a deal is not reached by the end of the season, by the end of this season, then Dak Prescott will basically hit the open market and there will be a football team guaranteed to snatch him up. And Jones addressed his future today in Dallas in a press conference and basically says he did not think that this will be Dak's last year with the Cowboys at all. And one of the reasons for that is because last season Prescott had one of the best seasons of his career. He threw for 4,516 yards and NFL leading the NFL with 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. And that effort earned Prescott the second team All-Pro honors and a nod to the third Pro Bowl of his career. And if he negotiates well, he is scheduled to make, under his new contract, $66 million per year. Not pocket change, that's for sure. No doubt about that, right? I could use
Wow.
$1 million or $500,000 of that. I should ask him for a loan, maybe a
You
sponsorship,
should, man.
right? But definitely, Jerry put all doubts aside that Dak Prescott will remain with the Dallas Cowboys, hopefully this year and next. You know. All right.
That's a lot
And
of
by the
money.
way, for anybody out there, the comment lines are open, so feel free to chime in and make any comments that you desire. All right. And of course, the running backs. there is a battle for the number one and the number two. And the battle really is between two guys, Rico Dowdle, number 23, and the returning Ezekiel Elliott, number 15. That is the big battle between who's going to get the number one spot and the number two spot. It is undetermined at this point. And of course, coming in at number three is Hunter Lupke, number 40. And
Yep.
believe it or not, there's still a possibility that Deuce may be required here and there. He wasn't played a whole lot last year, by the way. He got played once, I think. Wasn't it preseason that he got played?
Yes.
But he didn't get played after that. I don't remember him playing at all after that. So, there's also rumors that he may be cut depending on how he performs in training camp. But there is a possibility that he could be cut as well. So I heard that, but I'm not really sure. It'll be interesting. The tight ends, obviously, Jake Ferguson, number 87. And by the way, these are predictions of who is going to make the cut, by the way. All right, so Jake Ferguson looks like he'll probably make the cut. Luke Schoonmaker, number 86. John Stevens Jr., number 81. And possibly the new guy that got brought in from Texas A&M, Brevin Spanford, number 47. And I couldn't get an updated picture with a Cowboy jersey. He still had his Texas A&M ugly colors. No offense to the Texas A&M crowd, but I really don't like her school colors at all.
I gotta chime in here.
Uh,
All right, go back to the other side, please. The running back.
Give me a second. I don't know if I can go back. Hold on.
Oh, all
How
right.
do I do this?
What happened to Pollard?
Pollard was let go,
Yeah.
I think. He was let go, I believe.
Why? For Zeke?
Possibly. I don't remember. I didn't see him on the roster, right?
Right, he's not on the roster.
No, he got let
And
go.
he just signed with the Titans. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. He
Right?
probably was let go for Zeke, believe it or not. Yeah. So, and of course they've got this new guy from A&M. I don't know how good he is. I've never followed him, but it is what it is, right? And of course, wide receivers. There's no doubt. I have no doubts that CeeDee Lamb will obviously make the cut. Contract
Where
or
is
no
he?
contract. He's not in
Where is
training
he?
camp. He's holding out. He's waiting for his money.
How
So,
much does he want?
you know, I read the figure last night, but my Alzheimer's has kicked in and I can't remember. But yeah, it's his last year. So he's just waiting for his contract. Obviously, Brandon Cooks will probably make it. Jalen Tolbert and Kavantau Turpin. And Jalen Brooks. And a new guy, possibly. Can't remember. Oh, Ryan Flournoy. Where did he come from? Can't remember where they snatched him from. But he's the new guy. Once again, I couldn't find a Cowboy jersey on him. So that was. Check where he came from. Do a search real quick. By the
Who
way,
is he?
share the show link because I can't share it on mine, remember?
All right. Who is this?
Ryan
Ryan what?
Flournoy. Flournoy. Flornoy. He played for somebody, I think, but I just can't remember who it was. I read it last night, but if the guy's not interesting, I don't pay attention. Who did he play for?
College, Central Missouri,
Oh
Iowa
yeah,
Western.
he's a newbie. Yeah, he hasn't
Yeah,
played in the NFL.
he's a sixth round
Yeah,
2024
yeah, yeah, yeah,
NFL
yeah.
draft.
That's right. That's right. He was a draft pick. Yeah, yeah, sixth round. Yeah, he's a new guy. So he's got a lot to prove during training camp. So,
Yes.
you know, if not, they can find somebody else. Offensive tackles. Tyler Goyton. I don't know if he was there or not before. Obviously, Terrence Steele, Matt Waletsko, and Asim Richards for offensive tackles. Offensive guards. No doubt Zach Martin will be back. Tyler Smith should be back. And TJ Bass as well. For the centers, as I mentioned, Cooper Beebe. He was acquired. I can't remember who he played. I'm trying to read off the jersey there. What is it? What does the jersey look
You're
like?
not a Vikings. That's what it looks like.
It looks like a Vikings, right? Yeah, it's purple. I don't think there's anybody else that uses purple. And of course, Brock Hoffman will be a center as well. They'll be the guys handing the football snap over to the quarterback. Who didn't show up for training camp?
Yeah, who didn't show him and why?
Well, there he is, Mr. C.D. Lamb. And why? Well, he's got less than a year on his current contract. He's got no contract extension. Each day he doesn't show up to training camp, he's going to get fined $50,000.
And who gets
Lamb,
that money?
well, Lamb uh, is only making his original rookie salary when he got signed. So basically, this year he's only going to earn around 18 million, which is cheap, right? That's rookie salary. Okay. Really, other other wide receivers around the league
There we go.
currently make around 30 million. So he wants to make around 30 million, you know. But he's got to wait in line because obviously, as you know, Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons are right behind him looking for contract extensions. And I didn't do any research on what Micah Parsons was asking for or looking for. We definitely know what Dak Prescott will probably be making, but Micah Parsons, I'm not even sure, but he better get a contract extension because our last slide depends on it.
Big time.
Big time, right? Not that we can't change it, but all right. Possible depth chart for the offense. What could it look like? And by the way, the predictions I made earlier in the first couple of slides may not agree with this depth chart, which I got from some other source. Okay. But of course, the possible depth chart at the quarterback position is Dak Prescott. No doubt he's going to be the starting quarterback. These folks still believe that Cooper Rush and Trey Lance will be quarterbacks. I seriously doubt that. I think Cooper's days are pretty much numbered. I think Trey Lance is going to move into the second position, and there will be no third quarterback at all. That's my opinion, but that's just me. Now, these folks believe that Ezekiel Elliott will be the starting running back. That
I disagree.
right? That's what this guy claims, but I believe that it'll probably be Rico Dowdle more than likely. I think these two are going to switch, positions here according to this chart. They say Deuce Vaughn is going to be the third running back, and of course this guy Royce Freeman. I don't know if he's a new guy or what, but they're looking at that. Fullback Hunter Lupke. Wide receiver position 1, CeeDee Lamb, no doubt about that. They're predicting that Jalen Tolbert will be number 2. Covanton Turpin will be number 3. And Jalen Brooks will be number 4. Wide receiver position 2. They believe that Brandon Cooks will be the starter. Ryan Flournoy, the new guy, apparently will be second.
Wow.
Right? Jalen Cropper, third. and David Durden will be fourth. I've never heard of David Durden. I don't know who he is. For tight ends, no surprise there. Jake Ferguson will be starting, followed by Luke Schoonmaker. Third will be Peyton Hendershot. And I have no idea who Princeton Fant is, but obviously they have him in fourth. And of course, offensive tackle, left offensive tackle. They've got this Tyler Guiton in starting and Chuma Adoga in second. And then left offensive guard, it's Tyler Smith for starting, TJ Bass for second, and Nathan Thomas, I have no idea who he is. He is for third. And then, of course, the centers, they've got Brock Hoffman as the starter. Cooper Beebe, and I guess I'm calling him Beebe. He's number 2. And Dakota Shepley will be number 3. Right offensive guard, no surprise there. Zach Martin will probably be starting. Asim Richards, number 2. Josh Ball, number 3. And then right offensive tackle, Terrence Steele, no surprise there. First, Matt Lowetzko and Earl Bostick Jr. So this is the possible depth chart according to another source out there. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily agree with what we've covered prior, but that's what they're predicting at this point, All right. And of course, as we did
What's
last
this?
year, the jerseys are back. And we will, like last year, hold a drawing on September 8th, which I believe is the first scheduled regular NFL game for the Dallas Cowboys. And we will be drawing an official NFL Dallas Cowboy jersey. And by the way, these are the same jerseys that you can get at the NFL Pro Shop at the mall, by the way. They're the Nike brand. They're the no sweat kind. They're exactly the same thing. The only difference between the mall and here is that if you make a $5 donation, to using the
5?
barcode or the link on the screen, you will have an opportunity to win an official Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choice of either Prescott, Lamb, or Parsons. And if Parsons doesn't make the cut, we'll put another player in there. And basically, for $5, you have an opportunity to obtain an official NFL Dallas Cowboy jersey.
Awesome.
So, yep. Our goal this year is to, get a few more donations than we did last year. And, one of the thought processes that we had, well, at least I had, was that I was actively thinking of including the Houston Texan jerseys as well. But I know that you'd be pretty offended if I did that, right?
I turned in my resignation.
You would turn in your resignation right away. So, but yeah, so that's
Hey, you have plenty of other co-hosts that want to come on board anyway. So, hey,
well,
if that's what you want to do, put it on there.
no. I just think we got to be fair to the other Texas team.
There's
So,
only one Texas team, sir. The
well,
Dallas Cowboys.
you're sounding like a Tennessee Titan now.
What?
So that is what we're going to do this year once again. So it's an opportunity. Now, for anybody that's eager to go and make a donation, do not make a donation. It's not open yet. It'll be open next week when we have our second episode. So we will start accepting those official donations and invitations starting next week. So it's pretty
Next
simple.
week.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. You just scan the barcode, it'll take you right in. It'll ask you to basically key in your name and your shirt size. And the reason we ask for the shirt size is because if you are deemed a winner, you'll have to tell us what your size of shirt do you want. Now, a lot of people believe that this doesn't work like a regular shirt, by the way. You should get a size up if possible. So you know, just a warning to those that when you key in your shirt size, you want to make sure that it's a size up, not a size down, because you may not be able to squeeze into it. So, but it's a great opportunity. I think last year, we did fairly well, and we did have one winner that day, and hopefully this year we'll have one of you guys will be a lucky winner of an official jersey. And by the way, I'm wearing one of those jerseys, so it would be just something similar to what I'm wearing. So,
Awesome.
yep. So, alrighty, everybody. Well, this was it for our first episode of the football season. We will have another episode next week where we'll have some additional highlights of everything that goes on between now and next week in training camp. Who's in, who's out. We'll also look at the defensive line and what to expect there. And hopefully we'll have some news with regards to the contract negotiations, not just with CD Lamb, but also Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons as well. So
Yeah, cause we need to know if they're gonna show up.
that's right. We need to know, and I need to know because I got to put these jerseys on order. And
Yes,
I don't
sir.
think I don't think I don't think somebody wants a jersey from somebody that's no longer there, unless of course you're
Right.
a Troy Aikman or an Emmett Smith or whatever, right? So but those are like really up there. I mean, those jerseys are really up there. You those are classics. So. All righty. Well, that's it for this week. And Steve, welcome back once again. You were too long on vacation.
Well, thank you very much once again for having me back on the show. Once again, I'm repeating myself, but this will be our year, right? And it is every year, right? The
Yep.
Dallas Cowboys is America's team. So they will always be America's team. So this is our year, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for joining us. And then thanks for having me on.
All righty. We will catch you all uh, next week once again. Have a great evening, everybody.
Adios.
Give me a second.